Prynawn da pawb, my name's Ruth, I'm a board member for CDPS and I'm here to give you an update on the board meeting that we held earlier today. I'm also a board member for Digital Health and Care Wales, so you can see my interest lies in delivering digital services across the public sector in Wales. So it was another really good, really busy board meeting today. We had a couple of big sessions, some really good discussions. If any of you listened to Neil's update last month, he trailed the fact we'd be having a risk conversation, and that was the first item up for us today. We were led through that by Paul Haley from Assets, and as a board we discussed some of the key strategic risks that we think face us as an organisation, and how we might translate that as a new organisation into our risk map, our risk appetite, and how we look to manage those risks going forwards. Some really big things on there, some really good discussions. Not limited to things like cyber risk, the net zero challenge that we face in digital exclusion, digital skills shortage, and cost of living crisis was one of the big ones. How that might impact on us as an organisation, how that might impact upon the people who work for us, and how that might impact on people across Wales, and where we fit in terms of that digital landscape. So some really big issues on there, really big risks. The next step will be for our CEOs, Harriet and Myra, and the exec team to take those risks forwards and look at how we apply those and how we put those into our risk maps across the organisation. So more conversations on that to be had. After that, we had an update from our CEOs on some collaboration that they've been doing with the Chief Digital Officers in Wales. And it followed on quite nicely from the risk session, because we started talking about what their priorities were and some of the things that they would be looking at. Again, they'll come back to us as that piece of work progresses. So I expect we can see some more joint working and collaboration for that in the future. And then our final substantive item this afternoon was an update from Rhiannon Lawson, our new head of standards at CDPS, talking about the entire standards landscape. So it can seem really complex, but actually what are standards, what's the common language around standards, what's CDPS's role in digital standards, setting and supporting digital standards, and how we make that usable for organisations across sectors in Wales. So again, a huge task ahead of Rhiannon, and I'm sure we'll be hearing much more from her as the work progresses. Our next board meeting will be on the 8th of June. So tune back then for an update from another one of our board members. Thank you. Diolch.